When I was younger, my old father would say, the only thing worth having was found at the end of each day. But that was then, and this is now, and he's far gone. And his voice had lingered on for far too long. He said, my dear son, you can't be stronger than them all. The birds control the sky, and if the jungle won't be far. To pass by in this life, cause it sure can't protect you from the other side. When he lived to find himself, he lived his freedom, but his soul and his heart was my family. We don't believe the day is not for me. What do I know? I'm just a carbon copy of a dead machine. He said, you'll never breathe, and you'll never touch the water. You'll never see the sights that I, your father, have entrusted to you. Entrusted to you. I'm sorry, but you will never touch the sky. The only thing I do is no way to see the state deep in my soul. I've become the unproduction of nothing at all. To destroy what we dare. Just because we never know what you learn. I am more dangerous than you comprehend. Though there's nothing holding me back from the end.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure everything is A-okay. All right. We'll make sure all the stuff is all right and everything else. Want to make sure all the things are all this stuff is all the good things here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like everything is looking to be good. Yes, it is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, DCT, back with you once again. And first off, I have to say thank you for everyone at BlurCon. It was amazing. Um, just it was a just one of the best things here I'd ever just you know uh it was amazing. I loved all of it here. It was one of the best things I been to. It was just a like I said, one of the best experience I had in a long time. Seriously, it was one of the most cool places. Just relaxing, just good stuff. Shout out to everyone at the panel. It was amazing. I didn't think I would get like 5 or 6. I got like almost the whole room was filled up, and I will definitely show you every little thing about this, and I cannot wait till next year where I will be there next year and hopefully I'll get on a panel and it's going to be so much fun. So I can't wait to see that and I can't wait to talk to y'all as well. But anyway, I got an update to a story. Big update, ladies and gentlemen, of a story of this. I talked about last week about the huge Microsoft new Game Pass stuff. Well, look us on the Twitter and everything, or X or whatever. It looks like there is going to be an appeal about the FTC is calling foul on that because right here, according to the right here with this Tom Warren says the FTC is calling Microsoft's new Xbox Game Pass standard tier a degraded product, and in a filing with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, the FTC claims Microsoft is exercising market power post merger of Activision Blizzard. And it says right here, they talked about this situation. It says additionally, Microsoft is discontinuing its $10.99, $11 a month console Game Pass product. Users of the product may pay 81% more to switch to Game Pass Ultimate. For consumers unwilling to pay 81% more, Microsoft is introducing a degraded product, Game Pass Standard, at $14.99 a month. This product costs 36% more than the console Game Pass, and with those day one releases, product degradation, removing the most valuable games from Microsoft's new service, combined with the price increases for existing users, is exactly the sort of consumer harm from the merger that the FTC has alleged. Woo! So I don't know if this is going to come forward. I don't know if this is going to be any type of um, consequences for Microsoft. Who knows? They might just hold out the clock to, Trump gets in there or whatever, that sort of stuff. So that could actually happen. So, so yeah. So this could be, like I said, I would love to see consequence for it. Personally, I don't want to see any more of these mergers. A lot of these goddamn mergers need to just stop and just basically are harming any people and just. I mean, you heard rumors that they're gonna, Warner Brothers Discovery, and they're gonna separate and all this other stuff. At what point you just gotta look at this and say, what's going on with Hollywood or all these entertainment things merging? Because quite honestly, where's the money the capital these companies have? And they're losing money on the streaming stuff. And they they cannibalize their own stuff. And this is the messed up part. Gaming could do like here's the messed up part with video games. They don't need to do this. They can still sell digital products at like 50 or 60 or 30 or 40 and still make a profit. They're doing the streaming stuff is cannibalizing it faster than Hollywood's doing without the DVD market. Because honestly, they can. They can do this. They don't need Game Pass. Like I said, Microsoft set us new games game one. That was a stupid idea to begin with. They could just say, okay, $11, $12 a month, so you can play not just online, but also you can just play old games. That's it. And now, well, here we are. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, where we have a $20 thing and we got $14. It's these tiers. And yeah, Um, it looks like they're going to it. Mm, it's it looks just terrible and everything. That sort of stuff here. And yeah, so here we are now, all this other stuff. So anyway, but you know what? It's not really about all this stuff anyway. Think about the old stuff that's going away and all the other stuff here. Let's talk a little about this thing here, and I want to move on to another, you know, uh, a company that just has not just lost its way. It's they're maybe trying to do a rebound. Is this? See, right here. Um, I don't want to skip. Oh no, 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 no. Oh gosh, no. Goodness, stop sharing it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get any copyright stuff. So I'll just see about other stuff here. Just want to make sure. There we are. Much better. Um, anything I could just, it looks like the Russo brothers are in talks to direct the next two Avengers films. Since Marvel is just looking to basically, they're looking to just get out of the Kang business. Which, by the way, I know Jonathan Majors and all the stuff and the drama around him, the casting, the court case, him running away from that woman, all that type of stuff. Um, and then all the other situations involving you know him and everything, and then I honestly the way they wrote him, Kang was just horrible. They basically ruined one of the most interesting characters in Marvel history and have him lose. The man lost every single time. He lost against Loki. He lost in Ant-Man. He lost at he lost again in Loki season 2. He is a complete loser. I don't care how badass a person is. When you first saw Thanos, he was just all encompassing bad guy, and you didn't see him until the end. Here, you just like he's loser, he a loser, he a loser, he a loser, he a loser. Oh, when he finally wins, no, you can't introduce someone who's a loser, and you have to keep, say, oh, that's the weaker version. Now the stronger version, or this version, or the dumb version, or this version, or that version. No, it just confuses and alienates your audience. And since phase 4 and phase 5 just look so directionless, so all these TV shows that mean nothing. They called back the Russo brothers that maybe they can fix this. And I don't know who can at this point. They're trying to get another Avengers, not one but two Avengers and everything else. Like they're trying to do, you know, just yeah, the Kang Dynasty thing is done, and the Secret War stuff, and I'm like I said, um, yeah, they were trying to do, I mean, they did like four Marvel films, their best stuff here: Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, and they just didn't really do it. I mean, they had Gray Man, they had all these other stuff. The problem, I think, again, is the streaming business and everything else. And now they need to, and Marvel, they just went so full in. Same with Disney. Same with Star Wars. Majority of the people behind the scenes, these big, they spread themselves too thin, and now they need to come and they need to start cutting costs or whatever. Not that, not with their own salaries, but with other people's salaries. in other people's jobs. It's not. I'm not. I mean, you know, they're not Soto Awata. You know, who basically, he was in the game. Like I would go back to video games. Uh, he took a huge pay cut because he was with the people who made the games. He was a game designer. And I look at all these people who are under Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, they're business people. The only one who actually likes movies, who watch movies and were part of movies, who like the film stuff made, is the guy, I think, one of the Netflix, the co CEO of Netflix. Let me just see who that is. I think the co CEO, Ted Sarandos, who loves movies, who grew up loving movies, and such. He that sort of thing. He really cared about movies, spent watching like TV shows and all that type of stuff. You know, he really cared about films. That's the only. I feel like that's the only person who's the head of all of these major companies now that actually cares about films. Even though they release too much stuff nowadays, that's the main problem. Iger though just seems like too much. It's just the same thing with Iger. The same thing with Zaslav and all the stuff is that they're too much. They're business people who just. I mean, I think what Iger did was worse when he was his first run was buy up all these IPs. He bought Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, instead of creating anything else. And this should be a lesson to anyone. It is good in the long run to create things, to build things on your own so they can stand up on their own instead of just buying over these IPs over and over again. And now these IP, you can't buy yourself out of this debt they have, which to me the Fox deal and everything else. And now they're gonna run back to these two, the Russo brothers. They're gonna run back to the Russo brothers. They're gonna run back to all these things, run back to it, and hopefully everything works out. They're like, oh, let's hope this works out again. This is again, they're just running back to a nostalgia push to these things, and they're competent. I mean, like I said, these guys are competent. They're very good at what they do, and but I just seem like when you look at this whole MCU stuff, you have Agatha all now. These shows are just the shows are bad. The characters are not really likable. She-Hulk, I honestly I didn't even watch that show, and the people who did are just like the way that show was made was terrible because they had the the penultimate episode. The one thing that causes all the stuff crazy was like what the sixth or seventh episode, and they're like, oh, we gotta switch episodes up, and it's like what over all that money wasted. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, who is the financial people behind this? And I know I'm repeating myself about all this stuff. I said this about multiple podcasts, multiple videos, and people who talk offline, whatever. I just like who are the people who are responsible for all this stuff? Who is the money people who just say, "Hey, you need to cut this out. It's not doing well." It's just like y'all just not doing any good with the money. No one's acting like they're good with the money. They're just sitting there like, well, who cares? Oh, okay, let's guess. Like, oh, let's just keep spending money like water. And now, you know, meanwhile, hmm, oh, oh, by the way, Linda McMahon's on the speech of the C-SPAN. Oh, yeah, they're just, yeah, she's basically trying to give Vince McMahon that pardon. He's gonna get a pardon, and well, when that happens, oh, yeah, he coming right back to WWE. He's gonna buy all that out. Hmm. But yeah, but that's the thing. with all the stuff here. No one had the money. No one had this. They just spent money like water over and over again and again. And that's why I fear with this whole thing. There's no lessons going to be learned. And let me just see if I can find this story here. Let's see. Meanwhile, let's see. No. Here we are. So we got WE and all this other stuff. Let's see if I can get this website to load. And here we are. Their Peacock is hiking prices up for the second time in 2 years. And the reason why they did this is because, well, let's be honest, the Olympics and everything. And it's just they're keeping that hold. Because again, there's no money in streaming. Did you look right here? Getting in mid-July, the price of Peacock Premium with ads will increase $2 to 70 to 8 to basically 850 15 a month plus taxes and such. The Peacock Premium is $13.99, and then the Premium Plus is going from like yada 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 with mostly ad free. AKA they're gonna still put ads and everything. So yeah, the new ads will be doing this the prices in July 18th. Well, today actually. So yeah, this is going to continue right now because they are, like I said, Peacock is, they are just only 34 million subscribers. Yeah, I mean, they are not even close to the whole Netflix, Disney, Max, all of them. They're not even close, and they're raising their prices. Max is raising their prices. Disney raising their prices. Netflix are raising their prices, and it just comes right back to the whole situation about there's no money in streaming, and they put all their studios put their time and money on these shows and mini. Basically, I'm not calling She-Hulk and all the. They're just mini series, all right. They're mini series like over 200 million, 300 million, $400 million miniseries, and they just wasted time and money on it. They wasted all that time and money, and now their blockbusters are not blockbusting anymore, and they have to go back to the well and try to hire these two for the Avengers, which is at this point, who was that main antagonist? Who is that main person? It ain't gonna be Kang, because honestly, Kang has been shown to be so incompetent that at this point, when I keep back to wrestling, I think even the Undisputed Kingdom has much more of a threat. No, scratch that. The Dark Order has more of a threat. You know what? Scratch that. Judgment Day are more threatening than Kang. Seriously, Dominic Mysterio and his goddamn mullet is more of a threat than actually Kang in his last movies. And whatever. It's sad. It's sad that we got to this position, but you know what? They made it that way. And now with this King storyline gone, and they're probably gonna put in Doctor Doom. They got to put in maybe Galactus. They might put in, I don't know, the Mole Man. But it is going to be a stain. It's going to take a while to the MCU to clean up. And I honestly think DC is going to be the one to first clean that up to start getting there, get some good hits in. Again, I think Superman is going to be a big thing. I think Lanterns are going to be good. And when Paradise Lost hits, I truly believe that's going to be the biggest hit of their thing. I think it's going to be very big. Trust me on that. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this subject. And I will talk to you about my next one is Dynamite, 215 episodes. I'll give my thoughts on that and Dynamite and where they're going and all that good stuff because I did enjoy that episode. We'll be right back right after this here live on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. We'll be right back right after this here live on the Dukect Lounge every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TalkShoe and on youtube.com/Dukect live stream. We'll be right back right after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just I just saw bits and pieces of the Hogan speech, and I'm just, uh, I just, yeah, yep. That's just, I just said no. uh, why? Ah, so stupid. Everything is stupid. I hate it. And Trump is going to win. I hate this. I hate all of it. I hate it all. But yeah, anyway, something I didn't hate. Something I liked. Something I liked. Dynamite 250. Good stuff. Everything was great here, including the TV time. Yes, I know it was weird, but yeah, everything here really was great. The show was great. First off, I have to say the Will Ospreay MJF match. Holy crap! 58 minutes in 2 seconds. I thought this was going to end in a draw, but MJF wins. Surprisingly wins. I am surprised. I thought Ospreay was going to pull it out because that stupid look. Just look, it's MJF. Hit the title drive him, and everyone would be like, "Hey, you know what? It'd be like a non-canon, like it's the non-canon version. Just like treat it like it was a house show or whatever. Just hit, and no one would care. That sort of thing. But yeah, Will Ospreay hesitating, which might be a good story. Ospreay is hesitating. He hesitated against Swerve Strickland. He hesitated with MJF. Is this going to be the story that is it gonna the thing is going to be the long way without being hesitant? And I think hopefully Red Death shows up. Maybe he will beat MJF will lose to maybe at it'd be really cool. Not all out, not all that stuff. I'm thinking Grand Slam main event, Red Death, Daniel Garcia, MJF International Championship. He makes MJF tap out. That's what I believe so. But yeah, anyway. Next you had the I believe after that you had I think Mercedes Monet and Elite. They had a little stuff. It was really good. I like the fact she's the Elite and everything else. The Elite are doing like they're being part of the show and all this stuff here. I like the fact where Mercedes Monet is now basically the she's with the women's side and heard rumors that I heard some rumors that maybe the Renegade Twins might be there. Might, and I say might be in that position, might be in that type of you know, protected thing, which would be pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, the match with Nia Rose and I liked it. It was actually really good. I wanted to have longer, but then the whole 50, I wish it was a little bit longer. That's the match things here. I wish they were a little bit longer, a little bit stronger. I wish it was a little bit longer. That was I hated is that the 58 I know the story here and everything else. I feel like this should have been a little bit. It was a great match, but I think this should have been a little bit shorter. But yeah. And then you got TV time with and the interviews with Mark. I love Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe is amazing. Keep him, I don't know. Keep him, make him do more stuff in Ring of Honor, but also I wouldn't be look. I know, have him be. I don't know. Oh, gosh, he needs to be around. He is so much full of life. I love him. And then you have him for AEW and Blood and Guts, which would be really good. Next up, you got the TV time with Chris Jericho. He is the learning tree, and it's for the world champions. Everything else. And he says tonight's 250 episode. He was here for the first. He promised he'll never miss another episode of the Learning Tree ever again. And he says he'll never miss an episode, which just the crowd just boos, and I love it. By the way, speaking of the crowd, shout out to that young kid who beat up MJF. A 7-year-old kid beat up MJF or MJF flats. I'm like, and even though it's hilarious, I'm like, should that be not a disqualification? That's a disqualification. Personally, I think that is a disqualification. Hmm. But yeah, I like I said, I do want to see more of the MJF and hopefully Osprey them do it again. But yeah, that girl that should be disqualification. But yeah, anyway, uh, but yeah, next thing you know, during TV time, you had him showing Sabata getting beat down, Hook being attacked, laid out with a fireball, and Samoa Joe being put through a table with a forklift, and then saying that he needs to stop. It says to avoid their mistakes and learn from the learning tree. And then Minoru Suzuki comes out and says next week, and he says he hands Brian Keefe a paper, which is AEW manager informs that Big Bill and Keith will not be allowed ringside for the Jericho Suzuki match on next week's show. And he just beats him down, and then he waves, "Hi guys," and leaves, which is hilarious. And then we got Renee versus Nyla Rose. Good match. And I thought that she was actually trying to, and I love the fact that we had a CEO glove, and she tried to do that whole lockjaw thing, and then she just, you know, but yeah, it didn't work because Nairo's just bit like yeah, that sort of thing, and I like the fact, you know, Excalibur saying she's not Dennis. Dennis know how to do the paralyzing thing. I'm like, yeah, that's beautiful. That's great. I love Excalibur. Says after the matchup, the fan with the mask. It was a Sting mask, which is not the first time that she comes. It was Britt Baker come in, and the security comes out to put Baker in for getting each other. So that's gonna be locked in for All In. And then we get Mariah May. First, we get the scapegoat beating up Brett and Cutler, and then he's just he says if Darby wants to talk all this stuff up, he'll see if you want him, he'll find come and find him. Then we see um Timeless Tony Storm, and then it looks like she's coming back, and then it was Mariah May, and just the crowd boos. They did a little bit of what chance, but it did die down later in saying that it took her so long, and yet the only person everyone saw it coming. All of y'all saw it coming, except the only person to see it was Tony Storm. See, the Storm never looked better on her knees, bleeding and screaming Mariah's name. And then she drops down and just like she does the whole Tony. It is like this whole again all about Eve saying she's taken over the spot, and then she's saying we are going to basically she's going to annihilate her at All In, which at this point she probably will. But I think the promo was decent, and hopefully they go more into that stuff until Tony Storm comes back and beats the crap out of her, some babyface fire, and that sort of thing. And then we get to our main event: Okada versus Strickland. Good stuff, really good stuff. Both got good chemistry, the action on point. But then guess what? Looks like Okada has swerve, and then looks like he's gonna hit that swerve stomp, and then bam, the EVPs come out, beat him down, and then he has Mark Briscoe comes out to help him. The Acclaim comes out, everyone takes him down, and everything else. And then Hangman Steen comes out, and they had that look. Ooh, they're about to go out, and then it looks like Team AEW is still being outnumbered. And then we hear Darby Allin's theme. And then he comes down. All of it comes down. Darby Allin comes down Raptors via Sting, second Sting thing, comes down and he beats everyone up. And then the crowd, you know, they're beating each other up. And it looks like it's a full team. Team Elite versus Team AEW. Uh, Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, the Acclaimed, Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks, Okada, Jack Perry, and Hangman Adam Page. It's going to be a gushing and blood. And hopefully next year, we won't. I wish maybe next year they'll do this for the women, and hopefully when they have a nice deal, they can do that. The women, a women's version of that, and an Anarchy Arena or something. Let the men have the Anarchy Arena and have the women have blood and guts. And I don't know what else you can do with the men or whatever like that. But I think it'd be something something that not over make the gimmick seem tired and such. That's what I feel like. But hopefully that doesn't happen because I think those matches are gonna be that match is gonna be great. And overall, I really enjoyed this thing. It was a very good show. Overall, I enjoyed the show. Everyone, it felt like honestly a good 250. I wish there was a little more callbacks to the uh, earlier Dynamites or whatever, but Eh, it wasn't that. I didn't like but it is what it is. I think personally I wish the Osprey MGF thing was a little shorter. You could have done the story in 30 minutes or so, but anyway. But yeah, that's how I looked at Dynamite tonight. Dynamite 250. It was an overall exciting, a good show, very fun show. I can't wait to see what happens next week. And that's it for the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for listening to me, Dick Steve. Thank you so much for going to the panel. Thanks for everyone that's there, to go co-host with me, all that stuff. I am humbled. Thank you. And I will upload the entire panel, hopefully tomorrow, and all that good stuff. Anyway, peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.